Hi guys, it's Naga here again, and this is a completely unrehearsed, unscripted, little ranty slash wondering thing that I'm trying to do here now. Um, I have been the player of a game called Dawn of the Dragons for the longest time. It's a web game. You hit stuff, you get stronger to the point where I'm now level 2500 plus, and I hit for hundreds of millions per, and I can go up to like 50 billion per hit. It's one of those. It's basically the only one of those, and I don't know why, but it's fun and I like it. But something about it. I threw this to discussion on the actual game chat, and people were surprising in the sort of worst way possible. I got where I got by being able to earn premium currency because obviously it has one through the free method mostly. When I still had a job ages ago, I bought small premium packs, not a lot and not often, but mostly I'm a free to play player, and I got what I got just by perseverance. Just being level 2500 is a huge asset, but or 2.5 thousand. I'm just flabbergasted really because okay, so a rundown of what's going on is you have a currency called Planet Coins. That's obviously the premium currency, which you can either buy, have someone buy for you if it's your birthday or if you have a friend or whatever, or you can earn it by doing achievements in game for achievement points, 10,000 of which lets you buy an item that at first 5 copies of that item give you various items. It can give you the premium currency, but it's unheard of. But after 5, you're sort of guaranteed to get only the premium currency if you ever get it again. 10,000 isn't an easy amount to reach. You get about 2 to 3,000 from hitting 10,000 of a raid. And that takes a long goddamn time. Especially since Favor tends to gravitate to different raids, newer raids with limited time items or better stat farming options. They don't tend to run the old ones which die in 1 or 2 hits, and so you can get it with other things, but basically what I'm saying is 10,000 is a chore to get, and it should be a bit of a slog because that's just free premium currency, and that would be bad. Now, if you do get this amount, it's 150 premium currency, which can get you usually one high tier premium troop. How this works is you have something called a legion, which is the base of your attack power against raids, and it says, oh, you can put 5 troops in here, 2 generals, and 3 armaments, and you'll eventually quest and earn stuff, and if you're lucky, you can get premium stuff with the free PC, like I said, the Planet Coins, and you can have very overpowered people in there. Right? So in legions go generals, and then you have many troops who may or may not be special as well. So that defines your basic attack power, and it's influenced by your character attack power. Okay, so what's happening here is now there's a limited time event called a Gauntlet. And another preamble to that is the game has what are called event raids, which are usually 24 to 48 hour small raids that you hit for some free stat points or some energy refilling potions, because yes, it's also an energy refilling game. The big problem here are the world raids, where at my level I can usually get up to the top tier no problem. It just takes time. The problem is that these world raids often have what is called a community loot tier. So, if you want the top tier for yourself, you have to reach out of 10 trillion. Yeah, and then you get this reward, and it's rare and it's usually powerful or whatever. Community loot works a little bit differently. Community loot says the absolute combined damage from all the players on the server has to reach something like 800 quadrillion. So that's not an actual example, but the gist of it is that a lot of people have to be very powerful and hit their top tiers, and many just can't manage it. So what I like to point out here is that the community tiers are calculated not for the server that I'm on, which is the Armor Games slash Newgrounds server. It's a merged server, as the name suggests. It used to just be Armor Games, and then Newgrounds merged with it, the two basically dying sites, if I'm frank. And The actual tiers are calculated for the Facebook platform, which I think is their oldest platform, has the highest level players, the strongest players, and the most money spending ones. And here's where the problem begins. And I'm sorry that this is taking 5 minutes to explain. Gauntlet is a limited time event where logging in once daily, gets you 40 strikes, up from 4, I should say. That the newest patch raised it from 4 to 40, right? So logging in gets you 40, and what it does is it asks you to have a special legion that is undefined, and you can put any troop there. There are no restrictions. You can put anything in your current Gauntlet Legion, as long as you don't exceed the size. All it has is a certain amount of slots, and you have to fill those slots up, but you can put anything in there. So, I put my strongest units there, and I hit about 2.2 million per special event monster. What that means is that initially I'll kill them in 1 or 2 hits, and then they keep getting stronger to where it takes 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And every single one you down gets you 10 strikes back at the end of it. So initially you can get up to level 25 to 40 maybe, if you're sort of not a paying customer or not as high level or not as lucky with your premium draws as I am. And rather egregiously, this is an event for whales. I don't think I need to explain, but I'll just quickly do it. Whales are people in these sorts of games who spend way more money than is necessary. They spend hundreds, often weekly, if not, just monthly, on a flash game, on a mobile game, on something to have an insignificant advantage over people, to be the number one. Right, so this game is very whale-focused. It tries to please the whales above all else and most often. And while I can see that they want to keep the power on, I don't think that it's right to do so this egregiously. And I've seen worse examples in other places, but I guess this is close to my heart because I've been playing for years. I am quote-unquote a somebody in that game due to my mostly free-to-play power level. It's I'm one of the elites just based on that, and this isn't like ego speaking. I'm just saying that I would be quite upset if the game went down due to its own hubris. The particular problem with Gauntlet is that as you go along, you will take more and more strikes to where you're losing tickets even after you get 10 back from killing whatever. Each monster down gets you a token to spend in the in-Gauntlet store, usually on your in-Gauntlet Legion. Okay? So this can range from a special general to boosting that general to slots for that special legion. Sometimes there's an out-of-game thing like a very expensive token magic that you can use in the main game that's usually either useful or powerful. Okay, so the issue is the whales have no problem reaching obscene tiers of like 150 to 100, like 200. That is ludicrous. The amount of just the damage that the enemies do at that point, never mind the ticket loss, is horrid. Like, okay, so my 2.2 isn't weak, especially not for my level. I've just done checking about it, but I have had super trouble grinding out the last few to get a specific item I wanted. It turned out to be worth it, by the way. But at level at 90, I was devastated. Like every single one of them took at least half my health bar, and it's incredibly expensive to refill. It uses gold, which is an in-game currency, which you can get, but it's really slow and unoptimized and terrible. The gist of it is, after 8 minutes, he says repeatedly that this is a game catering to paying players, right? I don't think there's much doubt about this. The company, Fifth Planet Games, is not shy about this, and they have had a near-identical clone set in the sci-fi universe. They had some innovations, and it went down. It just shut off operations a while back, and people are now worried that the game is on the way to becoming unowned or even going bankrupt or shutting down on itself or whatever. I am inclined to believe that because of the increased desperation I'm seeing from the developers. In particular, the Gauntlet event, to get that high you need to spend serious amounts of cash on the strong premium items to hit enough to get the tickets to get that high, or you need to buy tickets directly with premium currency. This is where the super egregious part comes in, and what spurred on this video is I mentioned that there's an option. I see the big old option, obviously, in the basic Gauntlet menu. Have a 30% power boost for 50 planet coins. I thought, okay, that's a little bit vague. I mean, guys, how long is the boost? How long does it last for? Like, yeah, 2 hours. And I'm thinking, really? Okay, so I go to the premium currency purchase page and I see that 50 coins is almost $10. You have to buy the $10 pack to get 65 planet coins. And I thought, so you're asking me to spend $10 on a limited time event that's stacked against people who don't pay for a 2-hour minuscule boost. I voiced this concern in chat, and this is the part after 10 minutes that got my groin, is like, people were bending over to protect this company when I said that this is greedy. They didn't process that I wasn't saying that the game should be completely free, which would be great, but, unrealistic. What I was saying is that for asking me to spend $10 on a 2-hour boost, it should at least be 100% boost. More realistically, they could get away with charging 10 premium currency, 10 planet coins, 10 PC, right? I think for 30% and 2 hours, that might be more fair. I don't know if it would be fair exactly. I should mention here that you can get 1 planet coin from leveling up. Every 5th level you get 1. So by my level, I have accumulated 500 free ones that went into, like, premium stuff. But, yeah, it's not what you're meant to spend it on. Tiny, temporary, insignificant boosts to grind out 1 or 2 more creatures for very limited items. For a new player, if they can get 30 hits in, they will get a very powerful Legion, sure. But for an older player like me, who isn't like pay to play, it's quite stacked. The number 1 prize is an incredibly powerful special troop that you can stick in your Legion to make it even more powerful. And who's going to get number 1 is the most powerful goddamn person. The one who spends the most. Nothing else matters. Even if you're way weaker, if you spend enough money to get the tickets and the hits and the boost, well, you can be number 1. You just have to have the patience for it. But I brought out that, this is greedy. The price they're charging is greedy, and I've seen every terrible argument. Oh, do you want to work for free? I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But the developers need to eat too. Yeah, so why are all the other premium purchases not enough? Why is all the other stuff they're charging for not enough? Business 101, if the product I have does not make money, I will shut it down. You don't keep adding things, you don't keep making people bend over. But now, the sheer shock in me is from the fact that people bend over for this company willingly, and it's not that just they do it willingly, they do it eagerly. This company hasn't done a thing for them. It is a company, it makes money, it counts on your purchases. And while the game is fun, and it is fun, I play it, I like it, why? Why do you feel the need to defend this type of greed? Because this is what it is nothing but greed, it is exploitative, it is just objectively, factually greedy and exploitative and wrong. Why can you not charge a decent amount for your service? Everyone argued all sorts of non-points against me. It was ridiculous. They tried to set up hyperboles. They tried to set up straw men. Then it devolved into, oh, you're jealous. Oh, you're jealous. No, I'm angry. Because this shouldn't be a thing that people accept and beg for. This is outstandingly ludicrous. What would the developers lose if they made it cheaper, or if they made the effect stronger so it's worth the fucking money? Look, the basic way the developers get money from this game is they sell premium, underpowered equipment bits directly for cash. So 15 PC gets you a gauntlet, a non-event gauntlet, like an actual on-your-arms gauntlet. And 20 PC gets you a mount, and mounts do most of the damage in this game. They sell entire sets for around 100 to 200 planet coins like each week or two. So, and people buy them, but they're not the main income. The main income is from expeditions, of which there are 3. New item pack, which has new stuff in it, 25 planet coins per attempt, because yes, it's like that. There's a middle one that's old stuff for 20, and there's a mystery pack of random stuff for 15 per attempt. Now, what they do, what they love doing, and it is detestable actually, is that they will stick a 6 to 9 piece set in the new item pack for 25 planet coins. The new item pack has a special rule in that you cannot receive duplicates. So, if you want an 8-piece, it's usually 8-piece, if you want an 8-piece set that's really powerful, or they introduce a new type of enemy, and that set has a bonus against that type of enemy, and you have a big event, world raid coming up, and you need that boost. Okay, that's going to cost you 200 planet coins, and remember, it's cost $10 for 65. I want to go back, but I did not have the foresight to open it, or keep it open, so I'm just going to be horrible and unprofessional and make click noises here, and I'll have it load. For one set, they're asking you upwards of $20 for one set. It's not even that powerful. It's usually the premium troops that garner the power. Premium troops, premium mounts, the actual serious stuff that they directly sell to you. And there have been some up to 300, like planet coins. Let's look at it this way. They have a game up and they need to pay server costs. Okay, renting a server does not cost more than $50. Okay? The type of server we're on lags like shit. Logging in takes ages. It is shit. It is an Amazon-run shit server that they have had forever, and they have had serious issues with, to the point where they had to compensate people in premium currency for the limited time events and raids and stuff, you know, ticking away while people can't do anything about them. So, when one of these, let's just make it simple, and let's say that a 200 PC premium troop comes up for purchase, and one of the whales buys it and tells everyone that it's really powerful. Our server isn't exactly massive. There's like 1,000 active people, which is barely worth having a server for, if I'm honest. So there might be another merger, but that's not here nor there. 1,000 people. Let's assume that 75% will buy this premium currency troop at 200 planet coins. I'm just clicking away to see. Okay, so okay, that's useful. For $20, you get 135, and for $10, you get 65 premium currency. So you need exactly $30 for a premium troop for a person. So if 750 people spent $30, that is a rather disgusting amount of, about, if I'm calculating, like $22,500. And it's not unreasonable for people to expect that amount, that percentage of the server to spend. There might be more than 1,000 people, but I mean, like, the active people for my particular server seem to hover around the 1,000. So, and guess what? Facebook has way more players, way more paying people. The developers do not need an income from one platform out of 5 or 4 that they run of $22,500 fucking dollars every 2 or 3 months, which is when they release a premium. Yes, paying developers costs money, but when you have a team of 10, okay, if everyone got, 2,000, I don't know, a month, that's 20,000 a month. But remember, this is one platform, one of the smallest platforms, and that's a small amount of people. Meanwhile, you can buy limited time other stuff, like the stuff that's just in the bazaar that also costs premium money. You can buy premium cash to exchange for hundreds of other things. You can turn it into energy refilling potions, into free health refills, but you'd be dumb to. There is an event that basically relies on this spending premium currency to get another special currency that's not premium, but you need some things to go into that event to do things. Right? So this game is horribly, horribly exploitative, and I am just ashamed, basically, of parts of my player base that are willingly bending over and taking it and saying, oh, you don't have to buy it. Nobody's forcing you. No, but it's still wrong. It is still wrong, you idiots. It is objectively wrong. Why cannot I or anyone get value for their money? You're saying for $10, you're going to give me this 2-hour boost that it's 30%. It's nothing. For $10 for 2 hours. I would have been less upset about it if it was 100% boost, or if it was, I don't know, for the entire event, it's like 4 days. That's still pretty bad for $10, but it's less bad. You know what I'm saying? I am never going to buy this because it is not value. It is, to me, it is a scam, and it is greedy, and it is terrible, and I'm never going to buy it, but other people are, and that is fine. If they are rich or spoiled or dumb or whatever, let them do it. What I don't like is this excuse that developers need to eat, and the value is fine. You don't know the free market and supply and demand. None of that matters. No, the market. When I have people saying these kinds of things, it's self-demonstrating that the market doesn't know what it wants. This isn't the market. You know, ordinary people aren't buying this. The richest are buying this. So why can the developer not make it better value? They wouldn't lose anything on it. More, if it was better value, more people would buy it. And someone said, oh, why do you care? It's a whale race anyway. And they admitted that it's a whale race, the Gauntlet. And I just said, so if it's a whale race and you have literally no hope in hell of winning or even making top 100, even on my server you have no hope of that, why not make it so it was affordable? The whales would buy it more often because it was, affordable, and they'd have an actual competition on their hands and thus an incentive to do so. Nobody could answer me on that because it made too much sense. They don't want their little world changed and challenged. They want to take this, to accept this, and to do this. And I'm so disappointed in people. I'm so very disappointed in people. I know that games are now so complex. Not this one, obviously, but the games are so complex with lip syncing and frame rate problems and technical issues and engine limitations and whatnot that you need several patches to get it working quite alright on PC on as wide a range of configurations as possible. I know that the complexity has costs that need to be paid, and I accept DLC if it's quality enough that DLC has a right to exist if you give me value for what you're asking. But now we're on to microtransactions in full $60 games because of this shit. Because you swallow something like a boost in a time-limited event for virtual tokens that is just not good value, and this permeates everywhere. I'm so annoyed. Gaming has come a long way. The complexity's increased, and you need money to pay for that, yes, but this isn't AAA PC game. This is really not. It's not. It shouldn't be such an egregious money trap. It is offensive to me, and I love this game. I just don't like the developers. They're greedy. I want to see. I might go and take projections about active Facebook players and how many whales there are and calculate from there, because they have at least 5 times the player base the Armor Grounds new game server that I'm on has. So I would not be shy about saying that they score at least 50,000 off a 200 premium troop. Never mind all the other passive crap they release. Don't forget the sets, the event items, the whatever. I don't get the twisted logic that says that the focus here is on this horrible mentality of stop whining, or don't do it, you don't have to do it. I don't, but other people do. And even if they can, it's not good value for them either. They're just doing it because they're habitually obsessed with spending money for whatever twisted mental reason I cannot fathom. Who would it hurt for them to receive better value as well? Are you arguing against that? Because that just makes you selfish. All I was surprised about, is that this extremely exploitative thing exists and it is accepted and protected. I'm repeating myself again because I am just so full of confusion right now. It is perplexing. Why can't we talk to the people exploiting us and say, do it less? Why is it not okay to complain about facets of things we like? Do you think criticism is bad? It's only bad if the developer doesn't pay attention and continues sticking the fucking pole up your ass to shaft you. No, this isn't okay. It's never been okay. It's not okay now. And the people have gotten so used to it that they bend over and pull down their pants and ask for it. It makes me angry. This is not the gaming I want. And sure, it's just a flash game somewhere or a mobile game, but microtransactions are in Deus Ex now. They slipped it in after the reviewers had it. What's next? What's gonna be ruined by greed? What about Evolve's double fucking season pass? What about Street Fighter charging $5 goddamn per character, having a season pass for every quote-unquote season that covers like 3 to 5, I don't know, characters for $20 or something? What? And the way that Street Fighter V launched was an obvious attempt to get it out for, I don't know, people say Christmas or Evo or whatever. They rushed the game out, and they're expecting you to pay above the AAA price by a lot to complete the game that you should have fucking received. Why is this okay? Someone, genuinely perplexed, tell me why this is alright. Why we are so eager to get fucked. I don't get it, and it is horrible. Arguing for a better experience is never a bad thing. If you're doing it seriously, if you're not memeing it up when you're arguing for something stupid, if you want to make the product that you enjoy better, criticism is not a bad thing. If right now you're listening to this and you say, have a script, you idiot, because it's better that way, I'll see how many people say, have a script, you idiot, because it's better that way, and I might have a script because I want to put out a better product for my listeners. You know, it's not difficult. A company still has, even though their main aim is to make money, you would think they would still want happy customers to keep fucking coming back. If there isn't the active player base to keep buying your overpriced premium currency shit, then it doesn't matter that you keep making them. You're not gonna see money from it. I'm in despair. I don't. Let's not cultivate this shitty culture of shut up, stop moaning, stop whining, just enjoy what you get. You know, or the age-old argument, that's number one favorite argument of all time. Oh, let's see you make a game then. Okay, give me $1 million to set up an office and a company and procure the supplies and get all the coder talent, you know, hired, possibly resettled next to my area, to get up a brand name, to license or create an engine, to get all the assets together in 3 months, and the back end and the networking, and then I'll make a better game. Because I can. I just don't have the resources for it. And that's not my fault or my problem. That is just the fact of life. I'm an ordinary guy. I have no money to my name. I do what I like. And I think the people who do have money to their name shouldn't be treated like a pile of shit on a stick that they can keep poking day in and day out like living fucking wallets. If you think that is somehow selfish or whiny or deplorable, I'm sorry, the problem isn't with me. Greed in video games, man. I'm so very sick of it. So very sick of it. If you can, analyze things. Don't think someone's whining just because they're saying something you don't like. Do more. Do better. We can. We should. And it's basically our fucking job. Seriously, guys. Stop it. Or start doing better. I'm Chill Naga. I'm out. Have a nice day.